Alright lads, it's CFC Vlogger here, and I've got another weekend preview for you. And I've decided not to go with all the writing along the bottom stuff telling you scores because not all my predicted scores because the voice lags a bit on when I edit on Windows Movie Maker and I can't really be bothered to get any other editing system at the moment. So I'm just going to go through this and I'm just going to read off the results, my predictions. So yeah, we're going to start with Fulham versus Arsenal, which is a 12 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday. I think it's on BT Sport. And I predict Fulham 1, Arsenal 2. Although Arsenal had a terrible showing, I feel like they might be developing a bit of momentum off their win in the Champions League. Probably won't have signed any players, but you know, I just feel like they could nick a win, get their first win of the season, and Fulham's a good place to do it. So I reckon 2 goes to 1 Arsenal. Next game is Everton versus West Bromwich Albion. I think it'll be 1-0 Everton. Given the opening day fixtures, Everton looked a bit shaky, but looks like they've got enough to see off West Bromwich Albion. Yeah, good, solid 1-0 win. Maybe Kone or something, or Yelovich scoring, you know, whatever, it doesn't really matter to them, they just need a goal. Next, we've got Hull City versus Norwich. It's a 2-0 win for Norwich. Obviously, Norwich, I'm quite impressed with how they played against Everton. I think they played really well. Van Wolfswinkel looked quite good. I think he'll get another goal here. Whether he'll get both goals, I don't think. But I don't think he'll get both goals, but I think he might get one. And yeah, he's not really a bat. So yeah, I reckon. And I don't think I'll really score because I haven't really seen any firepower from him. I know they faced Chelsea in their first match, which was a difficult game, but yeah, I didn't see much potential going forward. Next game, Southampton versus Sunderland. I think it's going to be 3-1 to Southampton. Obviously, you heard about my U-turn on Southampton yesterday. Obviously, I didn't think much of them at the beginning of the season, but since them signing Pablo Osvaldo and their match last week, I think they can do better than I thought. I think I might have underestimated them. So, you know, 3-1 is a decent result against Sunderland, who lost their first game against Fulham. And yeah, so I think Southampton will be pretty comfortable winners of that. Next game is Stoke versus Crystal Palace. I think it's going to be a 0-0 draw because both of those teams looked very kind of solid, not letting goals in the first game. You know, it was a 1-0, both 1-0 losses. So I think 0-0 will be about right. Maybe 1-0, but I'm going to go over 0-0. Next we've got Newcastle versus West Ham. I'm going to go for 3-2 win for West Ham because West Ham actually really impressed me. I think they played really well. I know it was only against a newly promoted Cardiff, but they did really well. Newcastle weren't at the most confident moment, obviously getting absolutely hammered by Manchester City. And yeah, now it'll be a hard game for them. Speaking of Manchester City, my prediction for their I've skipped one over. Next game, Aston Villa versus Liverpool. I picked a 4-3 win for Liverpool because both teams have clearly got goals in. Even though it was only 1-0 win for them, for Liverpool against Stoke, they clearly got goals in them. You know, you've got Aspas, Coutinho, Sturridge, Gerrard, a lot of players that can score goals. And yeah, and obviously Aston Villa, Benteke, and you know, Bonghor and stuff like that, who all can score goals. So I predicted a 4-3 win for Liverpool. Good game that'll be. I hope it's a 4-3 because that'll be a really good game to watch. Next is the Cardiff Manchester City game. I predicted a 3-0 win for Manchester City. Obviously Cardiff getting off to a shaky start, losing 2-0 to West Ham, and Man City going on complete other end of the spectrum, beating Newcastle 4-0. So it's a bit of a mismatch, really. Can I see an upset? No. And I can see a hammering for Manchester City. Next game is Spurs versus Swansea. I expect a 3-1 win for Spurs. They should. I mean, Swansea. They looked good against. It looks good against Man United, that's the team. And I just feel like, yeah, I just feel like Man United, that, but I just feel like Spurs they've just got that quality in their team. I think they've got enough. I don't know if Bale's going to be back from injury or not. I don't think he is. I think he's still doubtful. But yeah, and if they get Willian in before that, oh, but I heard a bit in the news about Chelsea actually going after Willian. But if Spurs manage to get Willian in, then that would be a huge asset to them, and I reckon 3-1 Spurs. Next game is Manchester United versus Chelsea. I think it's going to be a 5-4 victory for Manchester United. Now that's a high score, that's a very high one to predict, but this is near enough going to be like I think it's out of these two for the title, and at Old Trafford, I don't see them changing their form at Old Trafford because of Ferguson's departure, and I think their performance last week showed that they've still got that kind of Ferguson reign about them, where if they not even play more, they can get a couple of goals and score a couple of goals. And Chelsea, they're obviously going to score a lot of goals. They've got a lot of goal scoring ability, whether it be if Torres gets back in form, or they play Lukaku, or they have a new signing maybe. I don't know, but a 5-4 victory for Man United. I hope it's that. I'm pretty sure a lot of good games this weekend, but that's the big one this weekend definitely, and hopefully I hope that'll be a good game. Hopefully they won't just hold back. Hope they go all out. Next game, obviously, I'm predict the Charlton results. So my prediction for Charlton is a 1-0 win for Charlton. Obviously, last week my prediction didn't go too well, but I really feel like we need to get a home win, and I feel like against a team like Doncaster, we should really be doing that. No disrespect to Doncaster, they did well to get promoted last year, but we need to be getting 3 points on the board somewhere, and I think this is the ideal place to do it. And I guess we're coming to the end of this video then. But I just want to say, if you didn't catch the annotation that I added to the video, to the roundup video, I actually said that I'm not changing the rules on the points anymore. I've changed my mind because I feel like it'll just be, well, it's a bit of a stupid rule change because I always get a point if I go for a draw. So I'm just going to stick to the other rule. I added the annotation this morning of the video uploaded yesterday, so if you didn't see that, then I just want to verify that. But this has been CFC Vlogger, and I'll see you guys later.